We've been through a lot together in this quarantine.
Yes, it's been wild.
We trauma bonded in the beginning.
Yes.
And I do want us to address the fact that we got in a fight the other day.
We did because I canceled the podcast.
We got in a real fight.
I canceled the podcast.
I mean,
to go look at Elise.
Yes.
To do a walkthrough.
He was due to come to the podcast on Sunday.
Yes.
His call time was 10. At 10:15,
Yes.
he texted me and said, I can't make it. I have 10 people waiting here.
I didn't realize that. See, that's what I didn't realize.
Right.
And that's what I apologize.
5 people.
And to the staff. I had no idea that the podcast was the filming of a movie. Like, I thought it was just a producer and you.
Do you think I know how to work any of this equipment?
Yeah.
You think what is this?
Yeah, I don't. I'm
not Rick Glassman. What do you think this is?
This
is a real production.
I know, but why?
Why?
You know, you don't need all these people, and I don't want to take any of their jobs away because they're all working very hard. They're all on their phone and everything, and I know how hard they all work and how essential they all are.
It's called fake business.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is called. But I didn't realize that. Had I realized that, I would have rescheduled. But that walkthrough was like the only time that like we got the tenants out. You could do the walkthrough. But there's always going to be this unspoken thing between old Hollywood and young Hollywood. And that's what's happening here.
And I'm old Hollywood.
Yeah, you're a legend.
By
classic.
the way, you're not any Hollywood.
I'm
You're young internet.
Young Hollywood.
You've never been Hollywood.
But that is Hollywood.
No,
now.
it's young internet.
No, but that is
Hollywood
now.
still exists.
No, no one cares about your friends like Sandra Bullock. No one cares about them.
I'm just saying.
No one cares.
The thing where she wore the blindfold in the canoe got 50 million
what
views
was that,
more than
4 years ago.
I'm just saying.
Bird Box. You're bringing up Bird Box. The horror movie on Netflix? I mean, this is what you're...
But here's the difference. Here's what...
What about Perfect Strangers? That was fun, too.
You guys...
I'm 17 years old. I'm a 17-year-old TikToker. I don't have an interest in talking to Hillary Duff. I'm sure she's a lovely person. I don't know what
By the way, she doesn't have an interest in talking to you.
Great, and we're good. We're good. See, this is the thing with you. You're like, Hollywood doesn't care. And I'm like, we don't care. Me and my friends don't care. It's just a reality. We don't care.
Yeah.
None of us want to walk into a writer's room with people that couldn't make it as stand-ups and hear that our jokes aren't funny enough, or they need to be more sensitive or more whatever.
Yeah.
And then go to a network and have a network tell us this, and then it's got to go through sales and advertising and lawyers and legal. Yeah. We don't need any of that.
I mean, that'll go.
We really don't need any of that.
It's so true. I mean, I think the thing that we like of the Hollywood is dead argument, I'm the first one to sort of make that argument. I mean, I guess I'm just like naive to a fault in that I still like Broadway and want to make a film. Like I still have that.
Hollywood's dead. I would never say like Hollywood's
like
dead.
I still have a love of the art.
If you're a comedian, going online and building a fan base, it makes a hell of a lot more sense than playing this game here. As a comedian, if you're 19 with a six-pack and you're hot, get on Cobra Kai. Get on one of those shows. I'm 36. I don't care anymore. I don't want to talk to these showrunners. I don't want to talk to people that I wrote on the roast of Snoop. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. So it's you know, and good.
I feel attacked.
No, it's not you. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like I'm tired.
TV shows are like. It is, you take a really talented, funny person with a lot of heat, you put them in a room with a bunch of people that are way less talented than they are, dilute their vision, sanitize them, and it's never as good. But so is there never going to be another Seinfeld? There's never going to be another...
There will, not from me. There might be another Seinfeld.
There's never going to be another, because Roseanne.
They are sitcoms that don't exist anymore. No one wants to watch them anymore. No one cares. Curb is a great show, right?
I mean, The Ranch is huge on Netflix, but okay.
But for who?
I'm just the numbers are big.
The Ranch? Do you know the types of people?
The same people that listen to your podcast.
No, they don't.
It's a very right.
No, the people that watch The Ranch are mongoloids. They're absolute orbs of flesh. They get home from Whataburger. They have blue hands and toes from circulation problems. They collapse on a couch and they just watch the round. Good. There should be something for them. I'm not trying to steal that audience. I'm not trying to steal the audience of the Practical Jokers where 10 years later they still think it's a prank. Oh, look they really got each other. No, they didn't, dummy. Like, I don't want, those people can go be those people.
Yeah.
God bless them. I love the Jokers, but, I don't want a fan base of brain dead, like, zombies.
And I think for me, you're making me realize how insecure I am, because it's like podcasts, it's like there's nothing to protect you. Like if you're on a show, you can be like, it's a little bit like you can blame, like as well as you can blame other people. Podcasts, you take all the blame. And I just am so afraid of the internet because they turn on people so fast.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes people's fan bases turn on them,
Well, there's nothing you can do about that. People can say whatever they want about you, and people, can turn on you or can like you, and it's, But at the end of the day,
is this sustainable?
Networks,
is this all sustainable?
Are networks sustainable? Do you think they can't turn on you? You think Netflix can't turn on you?
Hollywood is course correcting. They just want to do what makes them money. They're a dumb business. They're dumb. They're not smart people.
Right.
They're not making Black Panther 2 because they want to help equality and Black Lives Matter.
It makes them
money. They're doing it
money
because it made money.
Right.
So as soon as they see what makes money, they will pivot and start changing. But
totally agree.
You guys are just so pissed off at Hollywood that you're just like burning it all fucking down.
I'm not pissed off
because you hurt my feelings 5 years ago.
I'm not pissed off, but I'm also like, what's the show that I really see on TV that I want to be a part of? And I don't see any.
Interesting.
I don't see any shows where I go, man, like there's shows I like Succession and things like that I love,
You'd be amazing.
That are great shows. But then I'm like, okay, where are who's blowing up from TV shows right now?
Yeah.
Who's getting a real fan base as a comedian from a TV show at the moment? I don't see anybody.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people making a living online. I see a lot of people getting fans online. I don't see anybody right now making... I know people with TV shows that are broke.
Right.
And I know them and they can't sell tickets.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't pay the way it used to.
It doesn't mean what it used to.
Well, for a stand-up comedian, if you're not playing yourself, you're not... going to be able to move tickets. It's like Billy Gardell played a character in that Mike and Molly show. He should have played Billy Gardell. You'd have to play Tim Dillon.
Right. Yeah, and listen, I think maybe in a few years, I'm not against that. I save some money. We make another run at development. But like at the moment, I don't see the reason for it. That's why I'm getting out of LA because
going to Austin.
I'm going to Austin,
Tell
Texas.
me about it. Well, how did you made this decision without me?
Well, I made it in a 24-hour span of time because I called some very smart people, and a lot of them are out. And a lot of them are going, and they're all primarily internet people. And they're all going, we don't need to be here. The response to Elon Musk leaving the state can't be fuck Elon Musk, which is what
Is Elon going to...
Correct.
Okay.
Gavin Newsom and the government here is basically like, yeah, fuck him. So if you're going to say fuck him, you're going to say fuck me. You're going to say fuck everybody. And the problem with that is it costs an exorbitant amount of money to live here. Yeah. The climate for entrepreneurs is horrible. The climate for people to live is getting worse every year. And you're spending a lot of money. And traditional Hollywood is not the bread and butter of anyone I know anymore.
Did you entertain going back to New York?
No. When you leave New York, you're done.
Yeah, really?
Joan Didion, the whole thing.
Oh.
Goodbye to all that. When you're done, you're done.
You're done.
When you're done, you're done.
So true.
When you're done with New York, you're done. And I know it because I go back and I go, never.
Can't do it the way I used to.
Never again. Doesn't mean...
I can't go to the grocery store every day.
Yeah, it's also like I've always considered myself a person who, like, I'm a New Yorker. I love New York, but I also, there's a strain of New Yorker. A new strain.
No, stop saying new strain.
There's a strain of New Yorker that's very annoying, and their world seems very small. Giannis Pappas, who I love, very funny comedian, but he was in LA, and I was like, I drove him from like Palm Springs up to the mountains, and he's like, I can't believe like it gets so much colder up here, and I'm like, oh, you're an idiot. Like people from New York like are morons. Some of them, they like don't understand anything that goes on outside
Andrew
of an 8 mile
Schultz can hardly
radius.
drive.
Yeah,
when Andrew comes out here, he can't like figure out how to function.
New York, man.
But here's what I will say:
it's a small bubble. It's the greatest city in the world, but it's like, guys, enough.
Since we all don't have to live where we think we had to live before, is it like permanent, or are you like, I'm going to do this for 6 months?
Hey, man, I don't know what in life is permanent.
Never say.
So
hey,
I don't
man,
know if in 3 to 5 years, maybe I'm like, I don't want to do a podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I want to make enough and save enough money.
Yeah.
And I can't do it in this state. They want all your money here.
Yeah.
And I don't know I don't know. It's kind of shitty. That's the reason, but it's like, it really is.
But when you're renting, you're not, you know what I'm saying, for 6 months, you're not buying, you're renting.
Yeah, I'm renting for 6 months, then looking around Austin, and then just settling down. And then I want my base to be in a state where I'm not being robbed.
Yeah.
And then I can go all over the country and do whatever I want.
Fucked up. I mean, it is.
I mean, listen, if you were paying these kind of taxes, but you were like, California's an idyllic paradise. Yeah. There's no homeless. Everybody's happy. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm getting really hit over the head, but you know what? Things are working out. They can't get a vaccine to people. People are waiting outside the Forum like they're waiting for Billie Eilish concerts to get a syringe. This is an embarrassment. It's become kind of an embarrassment.
Is California just too big to be governed?
It's too big to be governed. It's a country.
What happened?
Gavin Newsom's just out of touch. He's an effete wine merchant who's out of touch. This guy owns vineyards.
Am I a conspiracy theorist that I think a lot of the decisions he makes is just to spite his ex, Kimberly Guilfoyle?
Yeah,
I feel like they're all just in some weird kinky fight.
It's a weird.
He just keeps getting more progressive just to like piss her off. Like I feel like I feel like it's like War of the Roses and we're in between this like toxic relationship.
At the end of the day, it's like I just want to go somewhere where I can just start to think about retirement. Mm-hmm. I'm 36. It's time to start thinking about wrapping it up.
It's just such a hard thing to wrap my head around that like this business is over.
I know.
Isn't it wild?
But I think it's better to wrap your head around that than your car around a tree. Like many of the people that stay in this town are they're going to be crazy people.
Can we talk about the my mental deterioration over the past 8 months?
It's been frightening.
It's a little alarming.
Frightening. It's been wild to watch for a lot of us.
It's been hard. It's, comedians, like we are designed to get up and perform.
Yes.
Us not performing for 9 months. Like 9 months ago, we were like, this is going to be a couple months. I feel like...
we're in the new normal.
I feel like this has like changed my brain.
Yes. Well, I think that you're going through a lot of things you're processing a lot of things. You're like, oh, the life I thought was here is not here.
Yeah.
And it's not anywhere. It's not in Austin. It's nowhere.
Yeah.
The life before this it's going to be like 9/11 where it's like every time you got on a plane afterwards, you're like,
Yeah.
After this, everything kind of changes. Nothing's going to go that back to I think things will go back to normal eventually, but you're still going to be sitting somewhere and somebody's going to go, and you're going to go, like it's going to be different. Travel's going to be different. Going around the world is going to be different. Touring is going to be different. Productions are going to be different. Comedy is going to be different.
Here's what I'll say about the comedy stuff though. Like I'm booking outdoor tours. Like here's my problem. Comedians I think we're kind of standing in our own way a little bit in terms of bratty and
because
we're such babies.
Well, it's not that we
have to do it the way we always did it.
It's not even that. It's just that like most outdoor things are not
horrendous.
Ideal. They're not ideal.
Look. Here's the thing, though. When I went and did the outdoor shows with cars, it was very weird for the first 5 minutes. It was like they're honking. I was like, this is awful. I hate this.
But I don't want to.
5 minutes in, I was fucking like, I get it. Okay, I know what to do.
Yeah, but we have evolved. It's called podcasting. I don't want to perform for cars. I can just be funny for an hour or 2 hours a week.
Well, your fan base doesn't have cars.
Man, I'm sorry my fan base isn't my other celebrity friends. I apologize. I apologize. Jennifer Aniston and Sandra. Who are these people? It's over. It's over, ladies.
Explain to me TikTok. Is TikTok real?
Yeah.
Benton makes a very good point. People have 8 million followers on TikTok. The same person will have 100,000 on Instagram. What's happening?
Because everybody on Instagram is an old witch, like your friends. And on TikTok, everybody's just hot as fuck, and we don't care. And we don't care about old people and what they're about. We're about positivity and light and showing and being healthy and showing our dicks. That's what we're about. So I'm not upset at old school people.
What is the most important platform
you
right now?
Dan Rather.
According to you.
I don't mind that. What is the most important platform right now? I'm on Clubhouse all the time.
Okay.
I would talk with other venture capitalist people in the business.
Do y'all know about Clubhouse?
Clubhouse is where it's at. That's where I am, and people call. I do an investment advice every night on there. I did investment advice last night.
Really?
I give out investment advice to people.
Interesting.
Correct.
Is that the future?
For me as an investor, yes.
Clubhouse.
I think so.
Is Clubhouse going to replace?
Ask me investment advice right now. I'll give it to you for free.
Should I invest in...
I think you want to invest your money. Mm-hmm. That's what I tell people to do. That's kind of the linchpin of my advice. Is
the Clubhouse going to start being moderated? That's the big thing.
By who?
Is somebody going to come in and say, because it's going to go full Q any minute now?
No, it's not.
You don't think?
I don't think so.
Can you explain to me QAnon for our fans? Since it's
4 months late. I love this. This is when you're on an elderly person's podcast. They're like, can you explain to me QAnon and how Trump How did Trump get elected?
No, I want to, because I don't like to talk about politics. I like to talk about things
QAnon's a batshit conspiracy
but I'm saying,
theory.
I like to talk about things after the dust has settled, because I don't like to be in the rigmarole.
No, why be riding the wave?
I don't want I don't want to be in the drama. I don't like being relevant.
Agreed.
I don't like being relevant. I like going, that's all
Outside.
done. You guys can scuffle, and then I'm going to talk about this later. But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That's what comics used to do.
Really?
Comics used to have the final say. Shit would happen. News would happen. Someone would shoot a special, and they go, this is what happened this year, and I have the final say. That's what they would do with their stand-up specials.
People also used to rub two sticks together to make fire. What are we doing? Like, now it's in the moment. There was no internet. Now, if you don't have the take while it's happening, it's kind of over.
Yeah, comedians used to have some time to digest it, write some jokes about it, put out a special and go, this is my take.
They can still do that, but I think it's more important now than ever to be like funny all the time.
Yeah, all the time, relentlessly.
If you're hot on Instagram, you got to be hot all the time. If you're smart, you got to be smart all the time. If you're funny, you got to be funny all the time. Why? If not, the audience of people who is used to what you're doing goes, they go somewhere else.
It's interesting because it's just such a skill.
Nobody's waiting on anyone special. Even the biggest comedians in the world. Nobody's waiting on your special. Nobody's got their feet up and going, when's that special coming out? Nobody cares anymore. If it's out and it's great, then people love it and they'll share it. But nobody's waiting. Nobody's waiting on season 4 Ozark. No one cares. I never need to see, and I liked the show, but I never need to see another episode again. I'm over it. I'm done. Netflix can't do this where it's like 3 years later. It's
yeah. Our attention span is too short. We're all too spoiled now.
We're all too spoiled. We all want it now.
And we're all just like addicts. I mean, but where does this go? I mean, I'm the super sad true love story because I'm an old fossil that's still adapting books to be television shows. Like this is a book that takes place in 2050. Like what? Where do we go from? Everyone's going to have their own channel soon.
Well, yeah, everyone's going to have their own platform, their own channel. The people that are interesting or crazy enough or funny enough or good looking enough are going to get attention. It's kind of like what it was. It's just the same thing it was, right? What's interesting to people hasn't changed. What's attractive to people hasn't changed. What's funny to people really hasn't changed. People's tastes are kind of similar. It's the way that they get it. People eat the same food they ate 50 years ago. They just get it very different ways. What are you getting on Postmates? What are they bringing over? Steak and potatoes? That's what my grandfather
Are we going to
ate.
start doing Postmates comedy?
No, but I mean
door-to-door comedy?
This is what my grandfather ate. So it's just a new mechanism to get the same thing. That's what I'm trying to get all you people to understand.